T.B.Photo X1.5TFX, and welcome back to another video. Well, first of all, I want to start this out with just wow, amazing. I mean, 300 subscribers. I have to pinch myself because this is really super cool for me that 300 people think this is a channel worth watching. Just a big thank you to all of you who has subscribed. It means the world to me. Thank you so very, very much. So, 300 subscriber special.
This is Sparta!
No, not that type. But anyway, well, this video to commemorate my 300 subscriber milestone is gonna be, and I have a cheat sheet for this, it's gonna be about why I shoot color film. No, that's not right. Hold on a minute. Why I shoot black and white. No. Why I do Polaroids. No. Why I shoot medium format. No. Why I shoot digital. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. Take two. Hi, my name is Tobias Bergström, and I take pictures. Okay, this might be a little bit of a video about my thoughts and so on, but hey, I think that I see it a bit strange to bind yourself to one medium in photography. Why typecast yourself in photography? I haven't really figured that out yet. It starts to become a bit strange when the medium becomes the defining factor on what is good or bad about your photography. One channel that I actually subscribe to and really enjoy is Forest Hill Film Labs with Travis Mortz. And he had a saying in one of his videos when he went over his camera collection. He said, "There is no do-it-all camera." And I heavily subscribe to that statement. I think it's very true. But that also means, for me at least, that there is the right tool for the right job in the way of choosing a camera. It's a little bit like that commonly asked question, what camera should I get? Well, it depends on what you want to do. For instance, here's a few photographers that became a little bit famous for the medium they chose to use in order to project their artistic vision. So here is just a few that I really enjoy watching, and yeah, I'll see what your opinion is on it. So if you have your own opinion on this, and it's just, matter-of-factly, please drop a comment in the comment section below. Feel free to do that. But anyway, anybody heard of New York-based photographer Steve McCurry? Well, he became famous a while back because he did a small documentary, The Last Roll of Kodachrome. Kodachrome was a slide film made by Kodak that a lot of people now, it seems to, want Kodak to bring back in one form or another. A lot of people say it's unlikely and it is almost impossible to do so. Well, the Impossible Project managed to bring back Instax or instant film, so never say never. Maybe they can do an E6 version of Kodachrome. I think that's not too far-fetched, actually. Or why not make a new type of, slide film for Kodak that has the same look and feel of Kodachrome but uses a modern style developer. They can always call that Kodachrome. Why not? They can call it New Kodachrome or 21st Century Kodachrome or whatever. But at least Steve McCurry did it because he loved Kodachrome and the vivid natural colors that it reproduced. Then you have controversial photographer Robert Mapplethorpe, famous for doing flower photography, but also very famous for his black and white portraiture of a more adult nature. but still, he used black and white, and it more or less defined the mood it helped define the mood in the images, at least in my opinion. And then you have two famous artists, David Hockney and Andy Warhol, who were famous for using Polaroids. Hockney is still with us, a chain-smoking British gentleman who, do a lot of digital and, all types of photography. And he thinks that, Photoshop and all of that stuff, it's like painting with light. So he's very into the digital era right now, at least. But before, he was very famous for using Polaroids to do portraits. And the same goes for Andy Warhol, who, through his silkscreen printing technique, did a lot of his famous pop art paintings. So in that aspect, Polaroids is an extremely great medium to use. And then you have if we go up to medium format, today we have fashion photographers like the YouTuber Ryozaki Julio, who is based in Tokyo, Japan, and you have English-based photographer John Rankin, who basically just go by his nickname Rankin, and they both use digital medium format and a little bit of film as well, because of the resolution that medium format can give you as a photographer. Excuse me. And you also have people who use medium format and film, because you get that dreamy vividness of film. So it becomes that stylistic choice. And then you have Trey Ratcliffe, Mr. HDR, the man who now is famous for using Sony mirrorless, for instance, and a lot of other camera brands and models and makes and so on, in order to make his beautiful HDR images. He's even now backing his proprietary developing program called Aurora. It's out now for Macintosh, I know, but I think it's also soon being available for PC users, like me. And that would be an interesting program to try, because I really enjoy HDR photography. But now I know that you keyboard warriors might be out there saying, well, you have bashed on different types of gear yourself. You made a video not too long ago that says, I don't care for rangefinders. Yes, that's true. I mean, for me, I don't really feel like TLRs or twin lens reflex cameras and rangefinders are beneficial to the type of photography that I aspire to doing. But that doesn't mean that there aren't awesome photographers out there using exactly that type of equipment and produce images that just want someone like me to almost give up. I mean, I'm going, I wish I had shot that. I wish I had shot that times plenty. And it turns out they use equipment that I don't really would feel comfortable with using. So that's also a stylistic choice in the end. But that also means that there is a lot of people out there who wants to tell us that why I use X, Y, or Z. But why not answer the main question that is actually the thing that I think is the most interesting? Why I take pictures. Well, this is basically what I thought I would do with this 300 subscriber special. So, if you're still with me in my little ranty McRanterson video, as Jared Poland would put it, but here's I wrote down about 4 points about why I take photos, why I take pictures, why I make images. 1, it's a time capsule. Like David Bailey said, a photograph is just that instant in time. There is nothing before it, there's nothing after it. It's just that fraction of a second. And if you put that in the billions of years that the Earth has existed, and you're taking a fraction of a second that can span from a billion years of existence. You're taking a fraction of a second from billions of years. That must be something special that you're capturing. So make it a good one. That's number one. Number two, a picture can say over 1,000 words. I know that's an old cliche, but a place, a time, a mood, an experience, no matter your style or of photography, it is the result that says something. Or it should say something to you or to the people viewing it. If you just do it for yourself, that's great. If you do it to please others through commission or a job, make it count. Number three, the photographic medium can aid in the stylistic choice. What do I mean? I mean, here's just, you know, some people say they're much more into film photography than they are digital, and some people say they're complete into digital and think film is completely dead. I mean, yeah, here are some of my thoughts on it. Digital, it's crisp, it's sharp, it's fast. You can do it regular plain, you can do HDR, you can do infrared, you can use camera raw or JPEG, you can film most of the time with full HD and now even in 4K. But it can be a bit sterile sometimes. Film, on the other hand, a little bit more dreamy look sometimes. It can be a negative, it can be a positive slide film, it can be black and white, infrared in color or black and white, low grain, high grain, cinema stock, red scale, cross-processed, or lomography out of date. So you have choices both in digital and film. And when we're film, we can go to 120 roll film. It's all that 35mm can be, but it takes it kind of to 11, like that fabled Marshall amp in Spinal Tap. You have the added resolution. The bigger negative or bigger positive gives you that added resolution. But here's the drawback with film. You really need to scan it or do a darkroom development to see see them for what they are. So even though film is beautiful, it can't beat the ease of use with digital. And this is the final one, number 4. No matter your medium of choice when it comes to photography, at least in my mind, your images is the world as you see it. The same subject can be amazing, amusing, haunting, sad, boring, or even bland. It's about your perspective and your artistic vision. So don't get chained to a medium in photography. Variety is the spice of life after all. But that's just me being a little bit philosophical about this. But anyway, this is just a little bit of my thoughts about not chaining yourself to one medium in photography. I mean, I'm filming this on the D7200. My last video was that I had gotten 2 more Mamiya cameras. They are medium format. I have gotten both a Nikon F3 and an F2, no, not F2, a Nikon F3 and an F4. And those are also brilliant cameras. So 35mm 120 roll film, if someone out there is a master of the 110mm film, I mean, there are so many different styles and options for you as a photographer, and both as a hobby and as a professional. So yes, you can prefer one medium over the other. That's okay, that's all right. But please, why bash one medium over the other? Well, that's just my opinion. I think that there are benefits and drawbacks to everyone, and I subscribe to, as I stated before, I subscribe to that statement. There is not one do-it-all magic bullet camera. Different strokes for different folks, and just use the gear that you have, use it to its creative limit, and take images that speaks to you. Well, that's about all for me, and once again I would like to thank each and every one of you for 300 subscribers. It's been a really fun, interesting journey so far, and I'm looking forward to the future with this channel. So from me to you, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X1.5 to FX, and I would like to see you guys in the next video. So take care from now on, and please like, share, comment, and subscribe, as you're supposed to say in this YouTube malarkey, and I'll see you in the next video. So take care from now on. Bye.
This is